All right, y'all, welcome to my channel and to this segment called Cooking with Sister Sunu. And we're going to jump right into it. Today I'm making mashed potatoes with gravy, meatballs, broccoli with cheese, and snap beans. So, first and foremost, to anyone cooking, as you know, health and hygiene is the most important. So, we're going to jump right into it with thoroughly washing our hands and just making sure that we get under our nails and all the way up to our wrist area. And we're going to do this process several times throughout the cooking process, especially because we're working with raw meat. And we do want to make sure that we don't touch our face, especially our T-zone area. All right. So after washing my hands, I did want to make sure that I had all my produce ready because we do need to wash everything thoroughly. And we're going to use a vegetable wash actually. So we're going to start off with the potatoes because these do need to be chopped and put in the pressure cooker. So I got the vegetable wash on there, and you pretty much massage the produce for about 30 seconds and then you rinse. I do the same thing with the snap beans. And you can see I'm going to actually rinse the potatoes first and then the snap beans. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and move into the process of cutting those potatoes. I did the same thing with the broccoli as well, but because of some of the technical issues I was having, not everything got recorded. But you can see me transfer everything here, and then we're going to go straight into chopping these potatoes. Now it's about maybe 15, 16 potatoes, so we just had to take our time, go through that. Depending on how skilled you are, the process can take anywhere from, I would say realistically, 10 to 20 minutes overall. So I got that in a pressure cooker, and then I went into cutting up the onions as well as the garlic. Now I did notice that my onion clip is missing, but you can see I did chop that up there. All right, so from there, we see me actually use the garlic press at first, and I didn't like how that was going, so I just did it old school and just chopped it up finely. You do want to make sure you chop it up as finely as possible because it is going to be mixed in with the meat. All right, and before I touch my meat, I actually used the masher to just mix everything thoroughly. And then I added my breadcrumbs as well as my seasoning. For the seasoning, I use Himalayan sea salt, black and white pepper, and then some regular Laurel seasoned salt. All right, so you can see everything thoroughly mixed there. And then I'm going to go back to washing my hands before I actually get through the process of rolling the meatballs out. So I just used regular dishwashing liquid and I got under my nails, and then I went into rolling the meatballs. Now something important here, when you do your meatballs, you do want to use a scale or something like an ice cream scoop or a spoon, but you want to make sure they're about the same size because if they're not, your meat will cook unevenly and you do not want that. No one wants raw meat. All right. So from there, you can see me just go through the process of just continually making the meatballs. I believe there was about 12 to start out with, and then I had enough to make about 4 to 6 more. And those are pretty good size. I did just continue to check to make sure that they were about even. All right. So we're almost done with this process. I actually had to speed up this video pretty much, I think about maybe four times the normal speed just because it took about 10 minutes for all of this. But I like it. It doesn't matter. I enjoy cooking, so we just got to go through the process. See me wash my hands again. Got to get under them nails. Again, sanitation, health, and hygiene, most important. And you can see me put everything into the oven. And I'm going to, again, make sure just everything is even. Push it back because you want it to cook properly. And I get into cooking the snap beans. And these are my butter snap beans. I've been making them for about 5 years. And I pretty much just use about 2 to 4 tablespoons of butter. And I put the snap beans in after drying them with a paper towel and make sure they're fully coated with the butter. Make sure the butter does not burn. And you're going to cook this for about 10 minutes. And you're going to add your seasoning, which is again sea salt, white and black pepper, and then I use a little onion and garlic powder. I do like using fresh actual garlic, but I believe I used all those cloves in the actual ground beef, and I didn't feel like mashing up or chopping up anymore, but it was still bomb. All right, so from here, you can see the color is changing to the green beans. That's an indication that they are done, which is about 7 minutes into the process. So I just let them cook for a few more minutes and I transfer them into a bowl and just set them to the side. And I waited for about maybe 20 minutes before the ground beef was actually done to just make sure everything was still warmed up because you want to just have a hot plate versus, some items cold. All right, so you can see me transfer the snap beans here, and then we're going to go into the mashed potatoes. I did that last because once the pressure cooker softened the potatoes, it was just adding the butter, a little bit of milk, and mashing them, and we were pretty much done. So from there, you can see me start off with the masher, and this process honestly took about maybe 3 to 5 minutes. It doesn't take long at all. All right. Share, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Peace and blessings.